We are going to use ChatGPT today to figure out what I should stream about. Hold on. Let's get that a little. There we go. Let's get the goals in there. Let's get the goals. Okay. So I've been streaming for over 30 days because I want to coin myself as the world's first hair business streamer. And it's going pretty well. Now, here's the thing. As the world's first hair business streamer, I'm still learning about topics and we need help and suggestions. Now, normally I would reach out to the Hair Business Blueprint Facebook group, special shout out to you, to see what you guys want me to stream about. What can I help educate and teach you? Because I feel like my brain is overloading sometimes. I got so many ideas and so much stuff I want to teach you, but I don't know the exact topic. So that's why I'm always like, hey guys, leave comments about what you want to learn, pretty much all of that. So I wasn't sure today. So why not reach out to AI? Hey, ChatGPT, we're friends, right? I'm paying for that subscription. So I have ChatGPT 4. Let's go ahead and, figure this out. So today we're going to use AI and it's going to pick some topics and I'm just off the cuff going to stream with it. So let's see what we do. Okay. So let's bring this up. By the way, special shout out to Hair Business Masterclass. I just added 2 more things you need to check out. One is about if you want to be successful with social media in 2024 for your hair business. It kind of goes into a little bit. We're going to start a discussion about what you need to be doing right now. So if you're not in the Hair Business Masterclass, it's a cup of coffee a month, basically, to get in. Good coffee. Good coffee. So yeah, let's head over here. Let me make this bigger for you guys. Let me zoom in a little bit so it's a little easier to see. Let's see here. How does that look on the screen? Yep, a little bit better. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's just start here. I have a YouTube channel called the Hair Business Blueprint, which teaches entrepreneurs how to be successful in the hair extension and wig industry. I have been live streaming. What's wrong with the witch? Comma. I've been live streaming for over 30 days straight, and I am running out of ideas. Does ChatGPT care about grammar? I don't think so, but I like to just fix the grammar. By the way, feel free to leave a comment, say what's up. Let's see. I've been streaming and I'm running out of ideas. Can you please give me a list of 20 ideas that I can talk about on my live channel to help entrepreneurs be more successful selling hair? I have been in the hair industry for over 10 years and an entrepreneur for almost 20 years. I have a lot to teach. I want to make sure that we're not telling ChatGPT that thinks we're limiting what. Fine. My Grammarly just totally tears me up. Just says I'm an idiot. I wanted ChatGPT to know. I don't know if it makes a difference. Basically, like, hey, I know a few things. Let's figure this out. Okay, it's impressive. ChatGPT's impressed. Streaming 30 days, over 30 days in a row. Let's go. Impressing ChatGPT. Okay, so let's see what it's coming up with. Trending hair extension styles and how to source them. That's a good one. Building a strong brand identity in the hair industry. Okay. Effective social media marketing for hair business. I need to make real videos of all these. I've been streaming like crazy because I just haven't had a lot of time, a lot of stuff going on. But I need to make the real videos that I make get tons more views and help out the channel, more subscribers and everything else than the live streams. But we're going to keep going live because I got a few people that watch. The art of pricing your hair products. That's good. That's a good one. Customer service excellence for repeat business. That's good. We actually did a podcast with Victoria on that for Hair Biz Radio. Navigating supplier relations and negotiations. The importance of product knowledge and training. Very important. Create an effective online store for hair products. Talk about SEO, web design. Harness the power of video marketing. These are good ideas, guys. Is there one that you think I should talk about? Leveraging email marketing for direct sales. Understanding your target market and customer persona, innovative packaging ideas for hair products. What I need to do is literally spend 1 week and make all these into real videos because these are actually really good ideas. This is one thing that I love, future trends. Okay, financial management and funding options, expanding your business through franchising or licensing, collaborations, partner with brand growth. These are all good. These are, let's see, I downloaded this week. This is really good. So we are going to, let's see, which one? Who said 12? Understanding your target market, customer persona. That's a good one. Hold on. I'm getting all these text messages, everything else. I'm putting my phone on do not disturb. Okay. So we are, let's see, leveraging email marketing, understanding your target market and customer persona. That is a good one. If you've been doing a little bit of business for a while. Let me see. Power of video marketing. That's what I'm doing now. Navigating customer service excellence. The art of pricing your hair products. I get asked that a lot. Effective social media marketing for hair businesses. Going over that in the Masterclass right now. Build a strong identity. Let's see. We can talk about it. Understanding your target market and customer persona. That's what Tasha wants. That's what Tasha gets. Let's talk about it. Okay. Understanding your target market and customer persona. I bet you we could ask ChatGPT to help us with this. Okay. Guide viewers on how to conduct market research. Okay. Thank you for all the ideas. Can you help create an outline for this topic? Now, here's the thing with ChatGPT sometimes. It can give a lot of information, and obviously AI is smarter than all of us at this point. But the interesting thing is, you'll notice it has a lot of fluff. Like it can give, I love the outlines of ChatGPT and AI, but the actual information sometimes I feel like is just a little bit, you guys notice it's a little bit off. It's hard to explain. Let's just jump into it. Okay, briefly introduce the importance of understanding the target market and customer personas in the hair industry. Yeah, this is not just the hair industry, guys. For you to know your audience is absolutely key. Why? Is you're going to have to create products based around that. You're going to have to create your marketing behind that. All your imagery, this is going to be important for your imagery. If you know what demographic if it's a younger demographic, you don't have a website with an older demographic. There's a lot that goes into that, and that's why it is very important to know who your customer base is, especially in the hair industry, right? Like it's key. Okay. Share a personal anecdote about or success story and transform your business strategy. For me, at private label, we have always focused on our customer base. One of the best ways that I grew private label, honestly, is the Hair Business Blueprint, which used to be called the Start a Hair Extension Business Facebook group. I would ask questions, and I still ask questions in there every single week. For the last 10 years, I've been asking questions in that Facebook group to get feedback from our exact client base. So I can tell you there's so many times I've heard, someone I'll ask a question and then maybe it might be a month, it might only be a few weeks. And I come up with whatever the discussion was. And people are like, oh my gosh, Mikey, you read my mind. I can't believe that you came out with this or you did this or it's a product or a service. I'm like, no, I didn't read your mind. I just read your comment. So that is something that is really important, is to start building up a community around your brand, to start getting feedback from them about what you can improve as a business, and then start actually doing what they're asking for. It's really just that simple. I mean, that's a real simple part. So that's one of the things that has helped me at Private Label with our business. Okay, section 1, the basics of target marketing customer persona. Definition and importance. Explain what a target market and customer persona is. There are thousands of data points for this, guys. Like, I can tell you the how would I call it? The software or the platform that knows more about us than probably some of our family and friends, and knows what we like maybe even better than us, is Facebook, Meta. Facebook knows so much about what you're clicking on, different books, movies, stories. If you start looking at all these Tesla car videos, you're going to start seeing more Tesla car videos, because what they're trying to do is serve you and keep you on the platform. So understanding who your customer is going to be an absolute crucial part of your business. Like, if you're selling bundles, you probably don't want to, well, I guess you could, but for the most part, you're not marketing those. If you're selling like a 1B straight bundle, you're not trying to target a much older demographic, 60s and over. They're generally not wearing bundles of hair, right? That makes sense. Same thing with lashes, right? People over 60 generally aren't wearing lashes. You get my point? So that's why it's so important, because it's going to come down to how you market as far as your ad dollars, money you're spending, as well as the presentation of your hair website. Really important. Discuss why knowing these is crucial for development, marketing, and sales strategies. Kind of what I'm talking about. Because if you don't know your customer and you're sending out email marketing, and the text that you're writing, the copy, the ad copy in your email, if it doesn't connect with your customer base, then they're just going to be like, I'm not even going to read this. It's hard enough even now to get people to read anything, right? Because there's videos about everything. So think about that. You have to be really strategic about knowing your customer, know the hot topics right now. Yeah, I don't want to say clickbait, but what's going to get them to open your emails, actually read your SMS messages, actually read product descriptions, put your personality into it as well as a brand owner. Key components of a customer persona, demographics. Yep. So when you're building out your customer persona, and honestly, I think I definitely have this in the hair business workbook. Let me show you this. So if you're watching this, or excuse me, planner. So on the hair business planner, this is something we go over, because I know that this is really important. So let me put a link in there. I don't have a link in the description for that, so you're gonna have to check the comments right there. That's something we go over. Okay. So knowing your age, gender, location. So if I was selling, now guys do buy extensions, right? Or wigs, because there are a lot of guy hairstylists. But in general, am I live? Absolutely. In general, you're going to be targeting, because we're talking hair industry. In general, you're going to be targeting females. The location's going to be important based on, if you only sell in the US, only target the US, right? So don't start talking about trends in the UK if you're selling in the US. It's going to confuse Google. It's going to confuse your customer. Okay. So you got to really hone in on who your customer is, where they are, what their age is, what their gender is, right? And if you're watching this and not in the hair industry, it could be guys. But generally, if I'm doing a target within Facebook, like Facebook ads or Instagram ads, I'm saying generally 21 to 35, sometimes 40, up to 45, and start going down the line. Now, it is important to know that younger generation, that 18 to 21, they might be buying from other sites. They might not be buying direct. They might be on Amazon or another way, right? So that's something you're going to have to learn to hone in on and start targeting them through different types of marketing. Because your marketing message for an 18-year-old is going to be very different than a 35-year-old. At Private Label, we're more focused on the mid 20s to later 30s demographic. That's why it's very professional. Our models are very professional. Now, I love it all. No, don't get me wrong. I love it all. But we could confuse our customer if we start having like real skimpy wear, on our Instagram and social media, all that kind of stuff. We don't do that. That's not our brand. And that's okay. Right. That could be your brand. And that's a-okay as long as you know who you're marketing to and who your customer is. Michelle says that's one of the hardest things is finding out, biggest struggle, thinking it over. Who's the target market? And then buying behavior, purchase preferences, spending habits. Okay. So that's exactly what I was actually just talking about of like where they're buying. Right. So if you want to target the younger demographic, what do you need to do right now? Set up TikTok shop. You have TikTok shop set up. That's where the younger generation, they're spending money like crazy. I don't buy on TikTok shop. That's not me. Like, what the hell am I doing on TikTok shop? It's not me, right? But that's okay. It's people are going to be different, right? So if you want to target the younger generation, TikTok shop. Facebook and Instagram has their shops, right? People feel more comfortable purchasing through there now, directly through the platform, not necessarily jumping over to a website. So see that? Yes. How about the older over 40? Facebook. Over 40 is all on Facebook now. Like people think Facebook's going away. It's more popular than ever. Just look at their profits. Look at their stock has gone berserk. It's not because people stopped using Facebook. I would be all over Facebook. And think about, once again, going back to your imagery and your message. You're probably not going to use different slang that's currently used by the younger generation on a website that is targeting people over 40. And then having the products, you have to know the products that they're going to be wearing. Like if you are over 40, you can start probably getting into hair loss, right? And special wigs and other things that are easy that maybe you don't need a lot of manipulation or glue and adhesives, like the glueless type of wigs that are out. Real quick, let me give a shout out to my mentee, India. If you don't know, you guys can check out Wig Medical India. One of my mentees has done very well with this. I talk to her probably every other day, and she's doing really well. It's helping a lot of people. I'm excited. I'm helping work on the next phase of that. Let's get back over here. Let's see. Hey, Arlene, are you gonna? Yeah, yes, you are. And sorry, I know I should schedule these things in more advance. It's like I literally find 20 to 30 minutes. I try to carve it out on my day. I don't know when it's going to be that I can do these. Right. So I'm trying my best. Okay. So let's keep moving. So we talked about buying behavior. Let's go into conducting market research, surveys and questionnaires, tips for crafting questions, insightful answers. You can start posting stuff on social media to do this. Instagram stories allows you to add questionnaires, just like quick questions. You got to be somewhat careful about the personal information. Oh, that's cool. Medical. Perfect. You have to be careful about the type of information. People are very cautious about information they're not putting online more than ever. So be careful of that. Interviews, how to conduct one-on-one interviews with potential customers. That is really, really important. Okay. Think about the interviews. You can start reaching out. Hey, I'm looking for interviews. And this is the good thing about interviews. This is like a great hack. Okay. Is people love being interviewed. Have you noticed that? There's a whole website. What is that? Voyage. You guys know like Voyage ATL, and they have it for all the cities. They will interview anyone because people love to be interviewed. I do too. We all love for other, websites and stuff to talk about us. But you can start doing things where you can start saying like, hey, I want to interview you, talk about like your hair industry, like your journey with hair and other stuff as a customer. This is actually, I might even start having to do this like with our hairstylists. Like, hey, I want to interview. I mean, we do. That's why we have the Hair Biz Radio podcast, which has been phenomenal for us as far as making contacts and getting into contact with people. Shout out to Hair Biz Radio, by the way. We have a couple videos with over 1 million views now. 10 years to go viral. I've been talking about this for a while. Really excited about that. Shikana, look, Shikana is wild. She came by the other day, came by yelling at me. Oh gosh, she kind of, but she wants to do more episodes. Okay. So I might actually do a podcast for the Hair Business Blueprint. I think I am. I got my whole podcast studio now. Like, why not? And have like co-hosts, like a rotating co-host, because I got a lot of people trying to work with us. People you guys probably like, a lot of TV people. So I'll just have like TV co-hosts. It'll be easy. Why not? Focus groups may be a little bit more difficult in the hair industry. The value of dynamics in uncovering customer preferences, maybe, maybe not. You can have a little questionnaire. So this is what you can do on Shopify for Shopify users is actually after a customer makes a purchase, there's a lot of times you can get a questionnaire app. That could be something. You could have something like, hey, take my, actually, this is a good one. You guys are going to love this. Have you seen the hair quizzes? Okay, I might need to do a whole video on this. How do you find out who the persona is of visiting your website? I might have to put this on private label. You see this? This is called hair quiz right here. Okay, I know you don't think it is, but it is. That's called hair quiz. You start going, say, like, what type of hair are you looking for? Maybe age range, not your exact age range, your city, and say, like, after this, we're going to give you a big discount and a free product, something else, right? So we're going to do a hair survey. Whoo! I'm going to find software for that. If not, I'm going to build it because that is a good one. That is a great way. And people love doing those little surveys and says, I'm going to help you find the perfect hair. Where's my notes? Let me put that in my to-do list right now. Sorry, guys. We got a little interruption. I'm putting this in my to-do list. We're going to do hair survey. Shout out to anybody that uses a to-do list. Hair survey for private label. If you don't have a to-do list and you're wondering why, like, you're not getting stuff done, that's probably why. Private label. Actually, I can put it on all that and make video on it too. You guys see, this is one of the reasons why I do these lives is we're working together here. See this means working together. Okay. When Michelle has that, when Michelle's over here on the live, leaving comments like a boss. Okay. So yeah, let's keep going. Analyzing existing data, utilizing industry reports, competitor analysis, and online forums. Okay, a little bit harder for the hair industry. You can look at your Google Analytics. That's why in the Hair Business Masterclass, one of the first things I'm like, set up your Google Analytics, know where your traffic's coming from, what people are doing, Google Search Console. These are the things we're getting into right now, actually. Social media and online presence. So, gosh, did you know back in the day, Facebook used to give like the ultimate demographics of your Facebook people? That was cool. And then a lot of privacy things came out. People all worried about their data. Okay. They're putting it all over the place, half naked. And now all of a sudden they're worried about their data. Right. I don't know what's going on. But, anyways, Facebook used to just tell you everything about your customer. A little bit harder to dig in and find that now, but there is software and other ways to do that. Okay. Let's see. How many more do we have here? I got to grab lunch soon. Okay, number 3, creating your customer persona, step-by-step guide to creating customer personas. That's something that we talk about in, what did we talk about it in? There it is. The Hair Business Planner, right? And that's part of the reason why I released the Hair Business Planner is it helps walk you through these different steps, right? You really need to dig down deep about who your customer is. Okay, so as you're gathering this data, you got to start putting it together, start writing it down. If you're not writing stuff down, that means literally writing stuff down or putting something in a spreadsheet or something along those lines. You're doing yourself a disservice. You can't put it all here. It's impossible, okay? Don't put it all here. So start figuring out like patterns, characteristics, okay? So this is a good one. If you are going to, let me give you an example. I was actually just looking at this. If you are selling virgin hair bundles, right? And let's just say we're buying private labels, Brazilian silky straight bundles, very popular. If you're selling this, let me move it up a little bigger to make sure you guys see. If you're selling silky straight bundles, comments, anybody know if someone's buying 3 bundles, what else are they probably buying? I'll wait for it. What else are you probably buying? If you're buying 3 bundles and you want to finish it off, what are you probably trying to buy? There might be a delay. There might not be many people watching, but I'll tell you. You're probably buying a frontal. That frontal. You see how it's right here? Boop. You're probably buying a frontal. You're probably buying one of those new HD 2x6 closures, popular right now, right? Frontal. It's all right here. Transparent. It's all right here. Does that make sense, guys? Yep. Closures. Does that make sense? We put that there because we are identifying patterns and common characteristics in the hair industry of what people purchase. Does that make sense? Okay. It's real strategic. And these are all the matching products. This just didn't show up here, right? And if someone's buying one bundle, guess what people love to buy if they're buying three? They love a bundle deal. Why not just put it right there? Okay. By the way, I'm going to teach the hair business masterclass how to do this. It's pretty good. It's a little, labor intensive, but it's good. Oh, okay. Develop detailed personas, naming them and possibly creating visual representations. This is for people that love like the big boards, a whiteboard. If you want to start whiteboarding stuff out, because sometimes you'll just be walking by and seeing. By the way, if you guys are wondering, like, you're like, Mikey, dude, you're live. What the heck are you wearing? This is my SPF 50 shirt. I have to drive today and I don't want sun on my hands. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm a little crazy about the sun. Um, yeah, that was just a little interruption there. Detailed personas, maybe whiteboard it. If you have horrible handwriting like me, print it out, stick it on a board. Just that easy. Okay. Present 2 to 3 customer persona examples that are relative to hair extension wig entrepreneurs of professional Patricia or stylish Steve. You can come up with maybe, okay, if people are buying hair, how do we split that? Let me tell you, I'll tell you how we do it at private label. You're either hairstylist, which is most of our customers, hairstylist. You're either a hair entrepreneur, meaning you're not a stylist, but you sell hair, or you're a regular consumer. The hairstylist and hair entrepreneur are a major customer base at private label, although we have some that they just buy from us regularly. That's not who we market to, though. We're not really marketing to the regular consumer of hair. We're more focused on the B2B. So you have to think of who your customer is, right? So you break that down. And then from the breaking that down, the regular customers are like, wow, you guys are great, professional, right? Which I would recommend you guys being great and professional. Then you break it down to the hairstylist, and then you start coming up with things the hairstylist needs. So to give you an example, if you walk into private label in Atlanta, what's up, private label Atlanta? You'll notice now that as we've grown, we have the hair extensions, which is our core products, but we added additional products because as stylists are coming in, they're like, oh my God, I need some jet black color in a mixing bowl because I forgot mine and I got to do this client's hair in like 15 minutes. Dang, I got to go to the beauty supply store now, which is my worst nightmare because they're mean. It's not pretty. I don't get good customer service, whatever. Well, now private label has it because we've been listening to our customer getting feedback. If you know Star, Kiki, Victoria in the showroom, I'm always, every week I ask them, guys, what are people asking for? What's trending? What's hot? For example, jet black bundles. Jet black is hot right now. So what's private label bringing and going to have for all our drop shippers, for all of you guys that work with us through Dropship Beauty, Dropship Bundles? Jet black. Why? It's hot right now, right? It's so important. What did Michelle say? I think that's where I fell off. My cosmetology school shut down and it took my exposure and access. Yeah. It's not easy sometimes. Like the hair industry is slow right now. It's not easy. Okay. You got to stick with it though. You got to have the plan, right? And it's not a necessary. I've been researching this stuff, right? Because I'm trying to get as much education in my masterclass. It's not always just a business plan. It's more of like a mind map. So that's where we're going. It's more mind map because business plans and the hair, you got to be a little bit more fluid. This is me being fluid. You got to be like a jellyfish in water sometimes with business. You got to be able to move and shake. We were slam bam during COVID, and then the hair industry just kind of crashed. It's actually the slowest it's been in over 15 years. And this is not me talking to people that sell hair in the US. This is my buddies that are the manufacturers that have been doing this for 20, 30 years, giving me the information, the real information, the real numbers. So I pass that along to you guys. That's what I do. Okay. Applying customer personas to your business, product development. I mean, I literally was just talking about this. A lot of the feedback is, what's our best selling color at private label? Jet black. So I'm like, why don't we just make jet black bundles? By the way, jet black, we made these jet black bob wigs. I'm going to get them on drop shipping for you. When I tell you we're going to do a collab with someone, when I tell you this is like the black gold, these jet black bobs are so bobbin, so fire, customized, just boom, 5x5, budget friendly, okay, professionally colored. There's two types of ways to do color. There's a professional color, right, where they're doing the foil, actual professional color. And then there's a more like easier, lower cost manufacturing style of color. For these, we're using the jet black professional color. There is a difference. Okay. You can notice sometimes like the glueless wigs at private label. So let me give you an example real quick, real quick. So if you see these glueless wigs, these are professionally colored. Um, when you see this wig and you buy it, it'll be 95% there as far as looking the same. Let me bring this up, right? These are all professionally colored wigs, foil, professional color. You get it, right? Now, if you go to the Tasty collection, these wigs are manufactured color, and you can actually tell a difference in the color. Now, these are very affordable wigs at $129. Very affordable as a drop shipper, even better. I actually thought these would sell a lot better than they have. I don't know why. 129 bucks is pretty good for a bob. Hey, what's up? What's up? Glad you made it. So that's the two different types of color. So what you need to think of, even from this, the professional color have been selling great to the hairstylists. I literally have had hairstylists buy wigs out of my hand in the showroom because I'll get some new wig. I'm like, bring it over to show the girls, like, guys, look at the new wig. Hairstylist, what is that? This is my new wig. Oh my God. How much is that? I don't know, 400 bucks. What? It's a 13 by 6, 13 by 6 HD lace frontal, 180 density, dimensioned colored wig, highlights, whatever. Buy it, they flip it to $300 profit instantly. I mean, fully bleached knots. Have you seen that? I don't know how many of you guys have seen the bleached knots on these. When I tell you we probably do the best bleach knots in the business, I'm just saying, like, I've been on them like if this is them, I'm on them like this about my bleach knots. I know that sounds crazy when you guys see me, or if you're on here and you don't know me, you're like, what is this guy talking about bleach knots like this? Okay. So is it lagging? Oh no, don't do this to me. Okay, there we go. We got a quick lag. Anyways, marketing and advertising, crafting targeted marketing campaigns, exactly what we went over earlier. Your messaging, your voice. Think about the voice for your target audience. An older generation, you're not going to be saying, I don't know what even people say these days, right? So just for that is real important. Your imagery. In the hair industry, it's actually for us, we have an advantage. This is a lot easier for us because it's a lot easier to, once you know who your target market is, the imagery and the voice as far as your ad copy, if you're making videos, it's going to be a lot better. Selecting the right channels. Okay. Social media, younger generations all over TikTok. It is coming to the older generation slowly, but you get the point, right? Everyone's on Instagram. YouTube's pretty strong, but think about the types of videos that you are creating for YouTube. A more professional video or a more collaboration video where someone's just kind of putting on a wig themselves, which, by the way, if you know how to put on a wig by yourself, I have no idea how you can do that. Like, as far as putting down the lace and doing all that, oh my God, braiding down your hair with a mirror, I don't know. Sales strategies, personalize the sales approach to fit the persona's buying behavior, right? If your customer is a younger person that doesn't spend much on hair but uses hair all the time, try to, like, example, those kind of customers at private label, we're selling them the Malaysian hair. Okay. Maybe my internet is slow because I have Comcast and the infrastructure in the US is horrible. I love the US, but I'm telling you guys, infrastructure, look at this. This is crazy. Cheap bundles. Okay. Let's see here. That's dying. Training your team, very important. So as you start getting more people in your team, you got to start training them. Is it still lagging? Like a to-do list. If you have a to-do list, you better solve that problem. Okay, this is not loading. That's fine. Evaluating and adjusting personas, methods for tracking effectiveness marketing. You'll be knowing how many people sign up for your lists, right? So, like, if your marketing message is all for your email list, you're probably not going to get a lot of people to sign up. Your sales is going to be a very good indication of that. Updating personas based on new data and changing market trends. So, right now, let me tell you the trend. Previous few years, 13 by 4, 13 by 6 frontals, hot, caliente. Okay. Now people are trying to preserve their edges. They're like, oh, I don't want to do all this because it's so much more maintenance. They figured out, like, hey, this is really for TV and film. That's okay. But they're like a 4 by 4 closure. Ooh, not deep enough part, not realistic enough looking. So what are we doing now? 6 by 6, 7 by 7 closures coming out. By the way, we'll have those for you guys, the drop shippers, next week. 6 by 6, 7 by 7. It's a good compromise. It's a good compromise. Think about it. And not a lot of people have it yet and are marketing this. So for SEO, marketing campaigns, everything else, hot. Okay. Very hot. I'm telling you guys, opportunity here. You watch it. If you watch my streams, I try to give you guys all the real information. Okay. And encouraging continuous learning and adaptation to stay ahead in the market. Literally, that's why I have the Hair Business Masterclass, because you guys force me to continue to learn so I can give you all the updated information, not only for my business, but for your business. So the key is, and I talk about this all the time, is the reason, let me do a little masterclass. The reason a lot of us are not as successful is a few reasons. This is what I found. This is from having failing businesses most of my life until the last 10 years. The reason is most of us are not honest with ourselves. Okay. We're not honest that we sometimes do things wrong and we need to be better. That's a key. Another thing is gratification. The longer you can delay gratification and reinvest back in yourself, in your education, in your business, the more successful you will be. When I started this hair company 10 years ago, I said I'd been through so much failure, just unlimited failure, broke, negative, not even broke, negative. You guys, some of you guys probably, I'm sure everyone's there most of our lives, right? Or once in our lives is when you're not even just broke, you're just negative, right? So I said, I have to do things different. Something, I don't know what it is I have to do different, but I got to figure it out. With this company I'm starting, I'm getting older now. I got to start figuring this thing out, right? So what I did is I said, I'm going to do things different. And that's what I did. The instant gratification when you start getting sales and start getting money in, the key is you have to start putting this right back in the business. I did not pay myself my first check until 2.5 years of being in the hair industry. Yes, 2.5 years. Now you're like, well, Mikey, how did you do that if you were broke? I was working a full-time job, 50 plus hours a week, and running the hair company before and after. Had 3 employees before I came on the 4th, and then actually paid myself after 2.5 years. Right. So a lot of people are like, oh, you guys got it good now, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't pay myself for 2.5 years and worked literally, the hours were impossible. Right. That's not easy. That was a tough time. It's a tough time relationship wise too. Right. Because you're just working all the time. So that's another thing that you have to think of. You got to have a plan. You got to get organized. You got to get your life together. Like if your personal life's not together, your business life is still going to be a mess. They go hand in hand. Okay? Really important. Your personal health, another thing, is going to be absolutely key. Right? And people are like, oh, I don't have money to go to a gym. Guess what? You can do push-ups. You can do squats right here. You can go for a walk. I feel like walking is one of the best things in the world you can do. Very simple. These are all basic things that you can do, and until you start implementing them, and start making changes in your life, you won't know what I'm talking about. Like if you want to change your life as far as your business, your sales and everything else, unless you start making changes yourself, you're not going to see any changes. If too many times I see people repetitively doing the same thing over and over, and I'm like, that's not working. Like, I get it. Make some changes. I know we got a little off subject here because this was more an AI chat GPT episode. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. I hope this helped you. This was actually a really good one. I need to make it like a full legit video on this, but thank you guys for watching. We'll be back.